Hi, everybody. Hi, Sir Bunks a lot. You're first. You are. Hi, Addison. How are you? We had to restart because we lost our internet. We had the buffering going on. Hi, Ryan. Hey, welcome back. Addison's here. West Country, how dare the internet interrupt Daisy Made Live? Don't they know? I know. West Country, right? Thank you. Sir Bunks says, how are you, Daisy and Ryan? Fantastic. Addison, how about yourself? How about yourself? Sorry about that, everybody. Thanks for stopping back. West Country says hi to Addison. Sir Bonks-a-lot is Addison. Welcome, welcome. Share Bear's back. Thank you, Share Bear. Purple Share Bear's here. So, Share Bear, what are you guys doing today? Are you resting? Or you have to work today? You gonna take it easy today? What's going on here? Sir Bonks-a-lot, you sent 20 memberships. Oh my God. Thank you. All things country. West Country says, don't forget that like button. Please hit the like button, everybody. Jesus got one. Darren got one. The Home Slice and Skillet Show. Thank you. Bill Meyer. Sir Milkmaid, my buddy, Sir Milkmaid. Colleen, my friend Colleen. Zed's Place. Oh my God, Zed's Place. Rubberneck. Uncle Hairball, you got a membership. Yay. Jerry got one. Cindy got one. The new guy, Chicken Explorers. Adrian. MK Fishing, our buddy Dundee in the gym. Matthew Fields got one. Foxy Loves Bushka got one. Bearded Dragons and Fun. Leia is a sweetheart and Sweetie got one. And Jesus. Hey, Jesus, welcome. Sherpa says, wow, Addison, that's awesome. Sir Bonks a lot. Oh my God. Addison, thank you so much. That is so kind of you. Oh my goodness. 20 more members. Oh my goodness. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Jesus says, Jesus is cooking with tea. Nice. Susanna's here. Hi, Susanna. Welcome, Susanna. Happy Friday. How's Susanna doing today? West Country says, hey there, Share Bear. Uncle Hairball says, wait, what happened? Somebody gifted you a membership, my friend. You are now members of the Love Hearts membership. The Love Hearts. Share Bear says, Jesus, Susanna, West Country, and Sir Bonks-a-lot, good morning. Addison, oh my God, thank you. Whoa. Addison, oh my goodness. Everybody, you guys make sure you check out Sir Bonks-a-lot. That was so super kind of you. Oh my God, thank you so much. Susanna says hi to Share Bear. Oh my God. Tina's here. Hi, Tina. Welcome back, Tina. Tina, the fan of Lucina. Susanna says, Share Bear, hi. Terry says, hello. Hello, Terry. Welcome. Sir Bonks-a-lot, oh, what a way to make an entrance. He says, good morning, all. Good morning, Addison. Sir Bonks-a-lot just gave us so many new members. Oh my goodness. Thank you so much. West Country just emojis. Thank you. Yes, use those emojis, you guys. Use them. Uncle Hairball says, I'm lost. West Country says hi to Terry. Bearded Dragon and Funds has got a membership. What does that mean? It means you get to see exclusive members only content. Members only content is it could be videos, it could be a live stream, it could be shorts. If you go to the post tab, there's special games for members, and it's all free for a month for you guys. It's all free for 30 days, thanks to these people who are doing it. That's awesome. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Tina says, what happened to the last live? Oh, we lost it. Yeah, it was lagging. Addison did 10 more. Oh my God, Addison. Addison did 10 more memberships, you guys. Sir Bonks-a-lot. Oh my God. Tina says, oh, Soul Stars, Rigby, Colleen, Zoe, Pug, Tati, Joshua. Susanna's here. Thank you, Susanna, for being here. Rebecca. Oh my God, Rebecca. John from Canada, 123. Hermie got one. Oh my goodness. Ophelia. Tina says, oh, Fix Blades got one. Mike Miller got one. Ophelia. Oh, thank you, Addison. Addison, did you win the lottery or something? Oh my God, thank you. Oh my God, I cannot believe you did that. Thank you so much. Sonal says, we're back. We're back, Sonal. Welcome back. And look what Addison did. Addison is doing members for us. Addison is, oh my goodness, thank you so much. Chicken says, thank you for the membership, guys. Chicken Explorers, that is thanks to Addison. Sir Bonks-a-lot. Thank you, Sir Bonks-a-lot, Addison. Thank you. Oh my God. Sonal says, hi, Addison. Addison says, hey, Sonal. Sonal says, I always call Addison Sir Barks a lot. I like that one. Ryan says, hey, Addison. Tina says, make lagged lives private and then start a new one. Oh, okay. I didn't know. Uncle Hairball, I'm gonna explain to you. All right. Uncle Hairball, people are coming into the channel and they're buying memberships. They're buying memberships for people who are members, are now are members. And somebody gifted you one. So now you have exclusive access to content that I make just for members. And there's exclusive members shorts, there's exclusive members videos, live streams, and certain things underneath the post tab, all for members. So now you're a member for 30 days. It's free. It doesn't cost anybody anything except the person who bought the memberships, which is Addison. Addison, thank you so much. You're so sweet. Addison says, hey to Ryan. Chicken Explorer says, Sir Bonks a lot. Thank you. Susanna says, thank you, Sir Bonks a lot. Sonal says, I tried getting your internet to behave, but it's not listening. So I guess it needs a timeout. Timeout, internet. That's right. Susanna said, hi. Sir Bonks a lot did 10 more. Oh my God. Addison. Oh my God. Addison, oh, you are a rock star, my friend. Oh my goodness. Look at he said he did 10 more. Blue Creeper, 603 Magnifier, Jason Phelps, Diamond Penny with Lizzie, Palazzo Place, Common Sense, Hammy and Sons, Pro Ireland and Fabian. Oh my God. Sonal says Addison again. I know, Sonal, right? Addison, oh my God. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Hermes here. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Gift membership, yes. Squirrel Sniper, hey, Squirrel. Greetings, beautiful souls from across the pond, but underneath the same skies. Under the same skies. Welcome, Squirrel Sniper, welcome. Addison is just on a frenzy with giving out memberships. Thank you, Addison. Sir Bonks a lot is Addison, you guys. Make sure everybody thanks him. He says, dang, tried seeing if I can get one. Get Uncle Terry one. Uncle Terry. Maybe the next time. Someone says, Squirrel Sniper, hello. Coffee Cake Emoji's here. She says, hi, Miss Daisy. Hi, Coffee Cake Emoji. We're having a member palooza. We're having a member palooza. Addison's giving away memberships. Oh, my goodness. Addison, thank you so much. Squirrel Sniper says 13 like on the 13th. That's a good number for you, Squirrel. Chicken Explorer says, hello, Coffee Cake. Kathy Scott's here. She says, good morning, Miss Daisy May Chat. Hi, Kathy Scott. Welcome, welcome, Kathy. You also received a membership. Coffee Cake Emoji says, hi, Chicken. Tina says, oh, Addison is dropping the bomb. Yes, Addison is unbelievable. Thank you, Addison, so much. Uncle Hairball says, really? Oh, my God, thank you. Yes. Uncle Hairball, free for 30 days. No obligation. You don't have to re-up. You just get the benefits of being a member for 30 days for free. Thank you to Addison. Sir Bonks a lot. Yeah, check out the exclusive members only stuff, you guys. And there's more stuff coming every day. Addison, thank you so much. Ryan's here. Ryan says, hey, Daisy. Hi, Ryan. Welcome. Coffee Cake Emoji says, hey, Kathy. Someone says, we need common sense in here. Kathy Scott says, hey, Bish, love ya. Kathy Scott's using emojis. There you go. Use those emojis. Uncle Hairball. When you click on the little smiley face to type a comment, when you look to the left now, you have a whole bunch of emojis that I make, and you can use those. You can also use those when you comment on my shorts or my videos. You can use my emojis there too. Kathy Scott's using them. Lisa's using them. Gitten says, hi, Sir Bonks a lot. Sir Bonks says, hey, Kay. Solno says, Addison makes Friday the 13th good with memberships. He does. Let's pin that. Let's pin it. Addison is a rock star. Addison is a rock star. Addison, thank you so much. Oh, my goodness. Wow. Wowza, wowza, wowza. Solno says, hi, Coffee Cake Emoji. Solno says, hey, Troll Slayer. Troll Slayer says, hello, Daisy. Troll Slayer. Sir Bonsalot says, murdered that gift memberships like Jason. You did so good, Sir Bonsalot. Oh my God. Thank you so very, very, very much. Fantastic, you guys. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Sonal says, hi to Troll Slayer. Tina says, Sonal also reacted to Addison dropping 100 memberships. Kathy Scott says, good morning to West Country. Troll Slayer says, hello, Sonal. Troll Slayer, how are you? Welcome, welcome. Coffee Cake says hi to Sonal. West Country says, same surname as me, Kathy Scott. Lisa says, hi, Coffee Cake and everyone. Coffee Cake emoji says, hey, Troll Slayer. Lisa. Coffee Cake emojis here. Uncle says, this is so cool. I love you guys. Aw, we love you too. I'm so glad I got to know you, Uncle. All through 21. If you guys are not friends with Uncle Hairball and 21 and all those people, you should make some new friends. They're really great people. Dundee says, hi there. Dundee in the gym. Hi, buddy. Welcome. Coffee Cake says, hey, Lisa. Sir Bonk Celeste has gifted 120 memberships in total this morning. Oh, my goodness. Sir Bonk Salat is going to be blessed beyond belief over what he has done today. Addison, it is going to all come back to you in multiple ways. Thank you so much. That's so wonderful. Sonal says, Troll Slayer, my head is heavy again. Troll Slayer says, hello to Coffee Geek Emoji. Coffee Geek Emoji says, hi, MK. Magnetic North Adventures, hi, Daisy. Hi, Lee. Lee's here, everybody. Say hi to Magnetic North Adventures. Lisa says, hi, Dundee. Dundee says, hey, Coffee Cake. Jazz is here. Hi, Jazz. Welcome, Jazz. Welcome. Happy Friday. Magnetic North says, hi, Coffee Cake. Sir Bonk Salat says 40 and Malcolm's 40 here and 40 in a friend's stream. Oh my God. Addison, thank you. It's so generous. And you know what? It's going to all come back to you threefold. Absolutely. Thank you, Addison. Good things come to people who are good. Coffee Cake says hi to Magnetic North. And Lee says hi, Lisa, and hi to Sir. Dundee says hi, Lisa. Magnetic North says hi, MK. Coffee Cake Emoji says hi to Jazz. Jazz is here. Hi, Jazz. Welcome. Gitten says hi, Dundee. Ryan says hey, Coffee. Sir Bong Salat says hey, Magnetic North. And Magnetic North says hi, Troll Slayer. Jazz says hi, Bishanal. Hi, Jazz. Welcome. Coffee Cake says hello to Ryan. Magnetic North says hi, Jazz. Ryan says hi, Jazz. Magnetic North says hi, Ryan. Lisa smiles a lot, says hi, Lee. Sonal says hi, Lee. Dundee in the gym says I received membership on another channel too. Awesome, Dundee. Fantastic. Yes. MK Fishing was here. Yes. Thank you to Addison. Yep. Magnetic North says hello to Sonal. Jazz says hello, beautiful people. Hello, Jazz. Welcome. Hello to you. Magnetic North says hi to Gitten. Sonal says hi, Jazz. Tina says it's Father's Day weekend. That's true. That's true. Happy Father's Day to all the dads. All the dads. Happy Father's Day weekend. That's right. Lee says hi to Uncle. Troll Slayer says hello to Magnetic North. Jazz says, are you in Florida? Yes. This is Florida. This is Florida. Yes, it is. It's Florida. Dundee says, can't receive memberships on this one because it's a brand account. Now, I heard you can turn it on somehow, but I can't figure out how. Yeah, I don't know nothing about that stuff. Uncle says, hey, Magnetic North Adventures. And Lee says, hi, everyone in the chat. Hi, Lee. Welcome. Shearber's sending us some love. Sonal's using the emojis. Thank you, Sonal. Lisa says, hi, Jazz. Abigail says, hi, Coffee Cake. Dundee says, hi to Shearbear. Lee says, hello, Shearbear. Uncle says, people coming in. Hi, everybody. Uncle Hairball saying, hi, everybody. Magnetic North Adventures. Lee says, hello to Abigail. Ryan says, hey, Abigail. Abigail. Our friend Abigail says, hello, Coffee Cake. Ryan says, hi, Abigail. Coffee Cake emoji says, I'm looking like a fool staring at my phone with such a big grin, just watching everyone saying, hi, I'm happy. Aw. We have to pin that Coffee Cake because I love that so much. Shearbear hi to Magnetic North Adventures. Shearbear says hi to Magnetic North Adventures again. Someone's using those emojis. Use the emojis, everybody. Thank you so much. Handmade and Homegrown's using them. Look at that. Use those emojis. Thank you so much. Sir Bonk Salat says, I don't want any more subscribers. My count is at 69. You don't want any more? Abigail says, hi, home. Dundee says, hi to everybody. Hi, Dundee in the gym. Coffee Cake says, Abby to the Gale, hi. Dundee says, hi to Sir Bonk Salat Addison. Abigail says, love you, Coffee Cake. Dundee says, hey, Tina, the fan of Lucina. Sonal says, Nightbot can't time me out for spamming because I'm using Daisy Mae's emojis. That's right. Use those emojis, guys. Color My World's here. Hi, Color My World. Hi, Darren. He says, good morning. Happy Friday. Darren, on your other channel, you want a free membership. It's a free membership gifted by somebody here in the chat. You have free 30-day access to all the members' perks. Those are exclusive videos, live streams, shorts, and posts, all for members, free for 30 days. Compliments of one of our friends here. Uncle Hairball says, not a dad, just an uncle. Jazz says, I'm in Clearwater. Clearwater. This is we're near Fort Lauderdale. Fort Lauderdale. We're on the ocean side. We're on East Coast, Florida. Getting says hi to Lee. Addison says hey to Dundee. Abigail says hi, Jazz. Sonal's using emojis. Thank you, Sonal. Coffee Cake says hi, Share Bear. Sir Bonk says Dundee. Did you get on Malcolm's stream? Share Bear says hi to Coffee Cake emoji. The Reinhardt's channel says, what's up, my people? Hi, Jack. Stephanie was here before. Hi, Jack. Everybody say hi to the Reinhardt's channel. Getting says Coffee Cake, hi. Squirrel Sniper says, hey, Lee. Troll Slayer says hi. Hi, Troll Slayer. Hi, Squirrel Sniper. The Reinhardt's channel is using emojis. Thank you. Dundee says, Sir Bonkslot? No, on here, but for a different account of mine. Sharebear says, LOL, Coffee Cake. Sir Bonkslot says, nice. Nice, nice, nice. Granny Paula says, number 24, happy Friday. Hi, Paula. Paula's here. Everybody say hi to my friend Paula. Welcome, welcome, young lady. Dundee says, hi, Granny Paula. Paula says, hi, Dundee. Lisa smiles a lot using the emojis. Thank you, Lisa. Thank you for using those. Dundee says 69 for the win. There you go, Dundee. Uncle Hairball says, I should grab my acoustic and play some campfire songs. You should. You should, and do a live stream, and we'll come watch you. Getting says, hi, Color My World. The Reinhardt's channel says, just subscribe to Troll Slayer. Thank you, Reinhardt's channel. West Country Mudlark says, Lance is a very uncommon name these days. In the old day, people were called Lancelot. Yes, they were, West Country. Yes, they were. West Country always has a joke for us. Isn't that wonderful? So much fun. Coffee Cake Emoji says hi to the Reinhardt's channel. Dundee says hi, West Country. Sir Bunks says, Uncle Hairball, can you do Folsom prison blues for me? Aw, I'm sure he would if he could. Dundee says, hey, Gitten. Coffee Cake Emoji says hi, Gitten. West Country says, hey, Dundee in the gym. Troll Slayer says, thanks to the Reinhardt's channel. Sonal's using his emojis. Thank you, Sonal. The Reinhardt's channel says, just subscribe to Coffee Cake. Awesome. The Reinhardt's Jazz retracted. Dundee in the gym says, Troll Slayer, hi. Sherbert says hi to the Reinhardt's channel. Color My World, Troll Slayer, and anyone I missed. And she says, good morning. Sonal's using emojis and emojis. Thank you, Sonal. I love it. Troll Slayer says, hello, Dundee. Jazz is using love hands. Thank you, Jazz. Welcome. Sonal says, I love the emojis. Thank you, Sonal. I do too. Coffee Cake emojis says, Color My World, hi. Color My World says, hello, Share Bear. Palazzo Place retracted. Welcome, Palazzo Place. Welcome, welcome, welcome. You were gifted a free membership by one of the lovely people in the chat. And that gives you exclusive videos and shorts and stuff like that. Welcome, Palooza Place. It's a free membership. It doesn't cost you anything. It doesn't charge you anything. It doesn't renew and automatically charge you anything. It's just a free 30-day trial. That's all it is. Share Bear's using those emojis. Thank you, Share Bear. I love them. Color My World says, hello, Sonal. Getting says, hi, Reinhardt's channel, Troll Slayer and Sniper. Share Bear says, hi to Palooza Place. The Reinhardt's channel says, thanks for the sub, Troll Slayer. Lisa says, hi, everyone. Lisa smiles a lot. She says, hi, everyone. Magnetic North says, hi to the Reinhardt's channel. Dundee says, hi, Paula. Troll Slayer says, hello, Gitten. Jazz says, hi, Paula. Magnetic North says, hi, Color My World. Dundee also says, hi, Color My World. Granny Paula says, hi, Lisa. Hi, Jazz. Hi, everyone. There you go, Paula. Hi, everyone. That's a good one. Color My World says, hey, now, Palazzo Place. The Reinhardt's channel says, hi, Share Bear. Gitten says, hi, Coffee Cake emoji. Share Bear says, hi, Granny Paula. Good to see you. Color My World says, Dundee in the gym, good morning. Chicken Explorer says, hi, everyone. Hi, Chicken Explorers. Welcome. Welcome, welcome. Sona says, I have many nicknames now. As long as they're all good nicknames and not bad nicknames, you're good. The Reinhardt's channel send emojis. Thank you. Granny Paula says, good to see you, Share Bear. Magnetic North says, hi, Paula. Paula says, hi, Magnetic North Lee. Lee says, hi to West Country. Coffee Cake emoji says, hi, Chicken. Dundee in the gym says, LOL, West Country. West Country says, hey, Lee Magnetic North Adventures. The Reinhardt channel says, hi, chicken. Dundee says, hi, Palazzo. Sona says, Signal and Donald. Signal and Donald. Those are the ones that always come up when I try to say, hi, Sonal. And I have to correct it like 50 times. I hear you, Sonal. Color My World says, hi, Jazz. Hi there, Jazz. West Country says, hi, Reinhardt's channel. Granny Paul says, getting some coffee here. Cheers, everyone. Enjoy your coffee, young lady. Cheers, everybody. Cheers to you guys. Abigail says, hi to Granny Paula. Lee's using emojis. Thank you, Lee. Ryan Bremer says, my mom switched over the laundry from the dryer. Great, Ryan. You help your mom out with that. That's good. Paula says, hi, Abigail. Sonal says, hi, Granny Paula. Paula says, hi, Sonal. Lee says, I just got home. Been out filming. Oh, nice, Lee. Everybody check out Magnetic North Adventures. Also working on his WH. Granny Paula says, hi, Ryan. Sonal says, okay, I am cutting it short. Hello, everyone. There you go. Short and sweet. The Reinhardt channel says, just subscribe to West Country. Oh, you'll love West Country. Wonderful. Coffee Cakes of Reinhardt's. I'm already subbed to you. The Reinhardt channel says, please return connection, bro. West Country says, some people have subbed just now. If you leave a comment on a short, I will get you back. Yes. The Reinhardt channel says, I'm magnetic. Palazzo Place says, thank you for the membership. Jen, Sergio, and Baron Blue at Palazzo Place in Fort Lauderdale East. Get out of here. We enjoy our canal life too, neighbor. Hey, I'm in Pompano. Welcome, Palazzo Place. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I will subscribe back to anybody I'm not subscribed to, just so everybody knows. Welcome, Palazzo Place. This is Pompano Beach. Welcome. Our neighbors. Palazzo Place is our neighbor, you guys. Sonal says hi to them. Uncle Hairball's having coffee. Enjoy your coffee. Troll Slayer said hi. West Country says, leave a hi on one of my shorts, the Reinhardt channel. I will do the same. Sonal says, Palazzo Place sneaked in. I didn't see him. Sonal says, Palazzo, yes. Granny Paula says, Daisy, have a refreshing drink after all the chat narration. This is why I need my water, right? Jamie says, hi, Daisy May. Hi, Jamie Brown. Welcome. Darren says, good morning, amazing people. There you are, Darren. There you are. That's your one. Palazzo Place says, hi, Sonal. It's all about freedom. Jazz is saying hi. Hi, Jazz. West Country says, hi, Darren. Lisa says, hi, Palazzo Place. Isabella's here. Isabella Sutton. Hi, Isabella. Welcome, young lady. How's your farm, young lady? Sonal says, what is wrong with me? I butcher people's names. Me too, Sonal. Me too. Don't feel bad. Isabella uses emojis. Thank you. Jazz says, I love your voice. Thank you, Jazz. Thank you. Thank you for being here today. Ryan says hi to Isabella. Bradley's using emojis. Bradley. Bradley Cooper's in the house, you guys. Don't forget. Granny Paula's using emojis. Thank you, Paula. Lee says, hello, Isabella. Sonal says, hey, Jamie and Isabella. Uncle Hairball says, Jazz, isn't it great? Oh, thank you, Unc. Thank you. Jamie says, hi, Sonal is all about freedom. Magnetic North says, hi, Bradley Cooper Bradley. Jamie Brown says, hi, Isabella, and hi, everyone. Jamie Brown, how you doing, bud? He's our stud from over the pond, our tall, dark, and handsome Jamie Brown. Check him out, everybody. Lisa says, hi, Isabella. Magnetic North says, hello, Jamie. So does Dundee and the Chimp say, hi, Jamie. Jazz says, it's Uncle, very soothing voice. It is Uncle, very soothing. Thank you, Jazz. Thank you so much. Ashley's here. Good morning, everyone. Hello, Ashley. Welcome. Happy Friday. Happy Friday. How are you, Ashley? Thank you for being here today. Bradley says, hi, everyone. Hope everyone's doing good. Thank you, Bradley. How are you? I hope you're doing good. Uncle says, Daisy May, you could do audiobooks. Uncle Hairball. Everybody tells me that. So many people have told me that. I knew how to do it and try to get, a little extra cash, I would do it. I'm retired, and I could use a little extra. Thank you, Uncle Hairball. Share Bear sending love. Thank you, Share Bear. Darren says she could be on the radio. Thank you, Darren. That's so sweet of you. That's so sweet of you. You're so sweet. Jamie Brown says, hello, Magnetic North Adventures. Palazzo Place says, hello to all in chat. Let's connect and grow. Yes, Palazzo Place. This is a good place for connecting and growing. People here are very wonderful people. They're very supportive people, and they're fun people. And they're the cream of the crop, you guys. Everybody here is wonderful. Granny says, hey, Darren. Magnetic North Adventures says, well, today's filming was very successful. That's fantastic. I'm so glad, Lee. Lisa says, I'm lost in the chat. West Country says, left you a message, the Reinhardt's channel. Thank you, West Country. That's great. Ryan says, hi, Ashley. Paula says, hi, Lisa. I think somebody broke the mailboxes, and I think somebody's trying to fix them. Sorry about the noise, you guys. Ryan says, hi, Ashley. Granny Paula says, hey, Lisa. Jamie Brown says, hello, Palazzo Place. Chicken Explorer says, I just realized there are these emojis I can use now. Yes. Somebody gifted you a membership. Sir Bonks a lot, I think it was. And you now have access to exclusive members only perks, I guess they call them. And one of the perks is the emojis. Yes, use the emojis. You can also use the emojis when you comment on my shorts. Thank you, Chicken Explorers. Sona's Palazzo Place. I'm already subscribed. Thank you, Sonal. JS says, may I have a blue jacket connect with everyone? Hold on one second, okay, Jazz? That would be nice. Absolutely would be nice. Yes, Jazz. Yes, you're a legitimate person. Yes. Just want to make sure. All right. Yes, everybody connect with our friend Jazz. Thank you, Jazz. What a lovely lady. Magnetic North says, hi, Ashley. Uncle says, I could listen to her read the phone book. I'm going to do a reading of a book my brother-in-law wrote, but it's still on the back burner. Sherbert says, man, your state not messing around. Just heard one of the Florida sheriffs warning any possible violent protesters. Yeah, I guess there's supposed to be something going on tomorrow, my husband said. I don't know. Magnetic North Adventures. Lisa says hello to Darren. Palazzo Place says, hi, Lisa smiles a lot. Granny Paula says, Uncle Hairball, yes. Granny Paula. I love you, Paula. West Country says, hey there, Paula. Paula says, hi, West Country. Tina says, Sumia. So Sona says, Darren Daisy's also a great singer, too. Darren's a singer? Oh, my goodness. I wish we could do like a, I wish we could do like a, not a restream, well, like a restream with all these people that can sing and play these instruments and like them all do one song. That would be so cool, wouldn't it? Paula says, hey, Tina Bina. West Country says, hey, Palazzo Place. Handmade homegrown using emojis. Thank you, Handmade. Palazzo Place says, hey, West Country Mudlarks. Lisa smiles a lot, says, do you want me to drop some links? Not unless we have to, Lisa. I think everybody is okay there. Thank you. Thank you, Lisa. Someone says, I think message retracted sneak inside of YouTube, retracting people's messages. Just joking. He's just joking. Just One Sue's here. Hi, Just One Sue. Just One Sue's in the house. Hello, Sue. How are you today? I have the hiccups. I'm trying to hold them in. Just One Sue's using emojis. Thank you, Sue. How you doing? Happy Friday, girl. Paula's using them too. Sonal's using them too. Thank you, guys. Just One Sue says, hi, Sonal. Sherbert says, hi, Just One Sue. Just One Sue says, hi, Paula. Uncle Hairball says, comment on my shorts, but keep it clean, people. Don't stare at my shorts, right? Just One Sue says, hi, Share Bear. Granny Paula says, hi to Sue. Jazz says, jazz hands. Thank you, Jazz. A handmaid says, the emojis are beautiful. Thank you. Sonal says, hello to Sue. West Country dropped Share Bear's link. Thank you, West Country. Just One Sue says, hi, handmaid. Dundee in the gym says, hi to Sue. Magnetic North says, hi, handmaid. West Country also says hi to Handmaid. Jazz says, I'm fun, I promise, and very loyal. Well, we love fun people. Welcome. And we love loyal people. Oh, thank you. Thank you for being here today, Jazz. Wonderful. Dundee says hi to Handmade and Homegrown. Sue says hi to Mudlarks. Sonal says emoji palooza. LOL. Right on, Sonal. I like it. Magnetic North says hello, Sue. West Country says hi, Jazz. Sue says hi, Dundee. Palazzo Place says hi. Just One Sue, hi. Sue says hi to Magnetic. Shearbear says, I have to do a restart on the computer. I'll be right back. No worries, Shearbear. Thank you. Just One Sue says hi to Palazzo Place. Sonal says, Shearbear, oh no. Paula says, Daisy, we love you too. Oh, thank you, Paula. Magnetic North says hi, Palazzo Place. Sue says hi to Lisa. Palazzo Place says hi, Granny Paula. Sonal's using emojis. Thank you, Sonal. Sonal says love for everyone. Thank you, Sonal. Lots and lots of love hearts for everybody here. Ryan says, hey, Daisy. Hi, Ryan. Sonal says, Share Bear's computer behave. What's up with computers today, you guys, right? Jazz says, hi, Lisa and Jamie. Sonal says, hi to Ryan. Palazzo Place says, hey to Magnetic North Adventures. West Country Mother says, I just bought a blindfold. People say I look good. Can't see it myself. Ah, we have to pin that. That's so cute, too. Pro Ireland is here. Hi, Pro Ireland. Welcome. Pro Ireland says, hello, friends. West Country says, hello, Pro Ireland. Someone says, I just subbed to Jazz. Lisa smiles a lot, says, hi, just one Sue. How do you do? I love that, Sue. I love that, Lisa. Pro Ireland side, West Country. Just one Sue says, the washer in my building died, and they're in the process of replacing it, so I'm at the laundromat. Ah, geez. At least it's only a half a block away, so it's easy for you to walk to. Oh, that's good. That's good, Sue. What a pain in the tushy, huh? Pro Ireland says hi to Magnetic North. Just One Sue says hi to Pro Ireland. Lee says hi, Pro Ireland. Uncle Hairball says, I have so many people to subscribe to. Geez. Yep. A lot of people come in here to make new friends. I love it. You know our friend Specs Appeal? She says, I love when my friends are friends. And I'm going to steal that line from her. Thank you, Joe. Lisa says hi to Jazz. Pro Ireland says, I hope everyone's doing well. Thank you, Pro Ireland. How are you today? Plaza Place says hello to Pro Ireland. And Pro Ireland says hi to Sue. Sue says hi to Hairball. Jazz says Magnetic and West Country done. Someone says I'm on my best behavior when Share Bear is here. That's right. You gotta behave with Share Bear around. Just One Sue says hi to Jazz. Uncle Hairball says hi to Just One Sue. Palazzo Place says, hey, coffee cake. Magnetic North says, just found some 1700s artifacts while mudlarking. Really? Oh my goodness. Everybody, if you've not checked out Magnetic North, check it out. Check him out. First of all, he's a wonderful guy. I love his accent, but he's so sweet, and he knows. He finds these things when he goes mudlarking, and he knows what they are. He knows how old they are. He knows like pretty much who they belong to. Very, very interesting stuff. Check it out. West Country Mudlarks, the same thing. Check that out too. Mary Skiggs said hi. Hi, Mary Skiggs. Mary's here, everybody. Uncle says Sonal and Share Bear, he. Yeah, Share Bear will kick your butt. Jazz says, Uncle Dunn. Magnetic says, hello, Mary. Mary says, wow, Mudlarks. Hey, Mary. Welcome, Mary's Gigs. Ryan says, hi, Mary. Mary, how's it going? Welcome. Just One Salute says, cool, Magnetic. Sir Bonks says, Daisy, tell Mary what I did. Oh, my God, Mary, he gifted a ton of memberships. I mean, a ton. I don't even know how many. He did it, and then he did it, and then he did it again. Thank you. Yeah, Sir Bonks gave us a whole bunch of new members, everybody. That's who did the members this morning. Thank you, Sir Bonks. Just One Sue says, hi, Mary. Palazzo Place says, hey, Mary's Gigs. Sue says, hi, Ryan. Sir Bonks says, or someone in the chat. Yeah, Sir Bonks Addison gifted memberships today. A lot of memberships. A lot. I think the most ever I've had. Thank you. Uncle Hairball says, hey, Jazz, thanks. Sue says, hi, Sir Bonks Someone says, hey, Uncle Hairball. Mary says, what did Bonky do? Sherbert says, LOL. Jazz says, handmade granny done. Handmade homegrown says, good morning to Mary. Someone says, Share Bear, I swear I'm behaving. Sherbert says, my toe is killing me, and of course have to go upstairs to get the dog. Oh, Sherbert has a broken toe, you guys, and you know how much those hurt if you've ever had one. Palazzo Place says, hi, Jazz. Handmaid says, thank you, Jazz. Paula says, hey, West Country, LOL. Jazz says, Sherbert done. Magnetic North says, please leave a comment if you sub so I can check the channel. I got some buckles. 1740s one. I'm shocked is pre 1450. What? That is amazingly. Oh my God, that is so amazing. Darren says, anytime someone says their toe hurts, I think gout. No, she got in a little problem yesterday, but it's not gout. Duck D's. Hey, Duck D's. Welcome. Duck D says, good morning. Hope you are doing well, Miss Daisy May. Thank you, Duck D's. How are you? Welcome, welcome. Palazzo Place says, hello, handmade and homegrown. Sue says, hi, Darren. Mary's gig says, going great. And you? Also good, Mary. Thank you. Good to see you, young lady. Mary's in the house. Paula says her bonks a lot. Thank you. Palazzo Place says, Ducties, hey. Jazz says, Dundee done. Mary's gig says, oh, that's sweet, Edison. Very sweet. Very kind. Very, very, very generous. Very generous. Amazing. Lee says, hey, morning, Duck. Sir Bonksala says, you're welcome, Granny Paula. Paula says, hey, sir. Jazz says, Palazzo done. Granny Paula says, Shearbear hugs. Palazzo says, hey, Darren. Shearbear says, Darren, it's knockout. It's a stupid reason. Duck D says, someone blocked me and took the side of a suspected child predator. I'm thinking to make 500 new accounts and take any new gifted memberships. Do you think that's a bad or good idea? Wait, what? Someone blocked me and took the side of a suspected child predator. I'm thinking to make 500 new accounts. No, don't do that. You'll get banned. Do not do that, Ducties. No. YouTube will take you down for that. They will take you down. Thank you, Sir Bonks, a lot. Magnetic North says, Shearbear, I hope that heals fast. Edison says she got her toe mauled by a grasshopper. She got her toe mauled by a grasshopper. Uncle Hairbreast says, gotcha, Jazz. Jazz is just one Sue done. Lisa says, hi, everyone I missed. Color My World says, Mary's gigs. Hey there, Mary. Mary says, my birds are standing at the door. I have to leave for a minute. Oh, yes, go feed them. I can't wait to watch later. Everybody, Mary's gigs. She gets these beautiful, beautiful herons and seabirds at her place, and she feeds them, and they're so beautiful. Go, Mary. Go have fun. I can't wait to see your video. Uncle Hairball says, mauled by a grasshopper. LOL. Speaking of grasshoppers, you guys know Wazamadu? Go check out Wazamadu if you haven't. Sherbert says, long story short, tried to break up a bar fight. Had to stop someone from choking out someone else, and she got her toe broken. LOL grasshopper. Jazz says, Pro Ireland done. Ducty says, oh, okay, thanks for the advice. Yeah, don't do that, Ducties. No. They will take you down. Not worth it. Just let it go. If someone blocks you from their channel, don't worry about it. There's lots of other channels. There's billions of channels. You get blocked on one, go somewhere else. Make new friends somewhere else. Sue says, hi, Ducties. Shearbear says, thank you, Magnetic. Lisa's big hugs to Shearbear. Abigail says, hi, Mary. Ducty says, hi, just one Sue. Sue says, hi to Abigail. Shearbear says, hey, Magnetic, here's some love for you. Jazz says, Mary, I'm done. Subbed. Soma says, Ducties, hello. Abigail says, love you guys. We love you too, Abigail. Thank you. Ducties says, hello, Palazzo Place. Abigail says, hi, Ducties. Sue says, you never know about those grasshoppers, right? They're scary. Shearbear says, I actually feel bad for kicking the guy, but I had no choice. Sometimes you got to do what a girl's got to do, right, Shearbear? Jazz says, Sonal done. Ducty says, hello, Abigail. Abigail says, I love you, Shearbear. Alfredo's in the house, everybody. Alfredo Leone, welcome, welcome. He says, Sue, Shearbear, Magnetic. I had a call yesterday, couldn't join the live. And Granny's here, and Kelly, hey, Alfredo. Alfredo, welcome. Good morning, my friend, Alfredo. Good morning. Happy Friday, my friend. Sue says hi to Alfredo. Shearbear says, I'm really not a violent person, nor do I like violence. But sometimes you know what? It comes to you, right? Duck D says, you read so good and fast. Thank you, Duck D's. Lisa says, hey there, Alfredo. Lee says, Shearbear, never feel bad or guilty. You are safe and okay, and that's the main thing. Right on, Lee. Right on, Magnetic North Adventures. Thumbs up. Sono says, Shearbear, me too. And guess what? I'm caught up in the chat. I'm caught up. Uncle Hairball says, Duck D's. She's definitely on top of the chat. I try. I try, you guys. I try. I try. Magnetic North says hi to Alfredo. Addison Sir Bonksala says, that's why Shearbear isn't at my bar fight streams. Yep, she'll be breaking it up. Selma says, Shearbear, Uncle Hairball gave you a nickname, Sheriff. I like that. We have to pin that too. Everybody call her Sheriff. I love it. Alfredo says, hey, Sonal. Shearbear says, although the guy and his wife are very appreciative, but still feel bad. And then the guy called me a biatch. No, bad word. Alfredo says, hey, hello, Magnetic. Sono says, hello, Alfredo. Shearbear says, the one that kicked, that is. The one I kicked. Joe Wrestling's here. Hi, Joe. Joe Wrestling says, hello, Daisy. Happy Friday. Hello, Joe Wrestling. Welcome. Welcome, welcome, welcome. How are you? But say hi to Joe Wrestling. Sharebear says, LOL. Magnetic says, hi, Joe. And I'm caught up in the chat. I'm caught up. Nothing makes me happier than when I get caught up. Caught up in the chat. All right. Lisa Smileslot says, hey, Joe. Uncle Hairball says, hi, Joe Wrestling. Ryan says, hi, Addison. Someone says, Sharebear, you remind me of an ostrich that kicks. She's a mama bear that's very protective, and that's a good thing. Joe Wrestling says, hi to Magnetic North Adventures, Lee. Lee's using emojis. Thank you. He says, look how peaceful these are. Aren't they pretty? I love the emojis. I'm so glad you guys use them. Sir Bonsalot says, hey, Ryan. Sir Milkmaid says, oh, thanks for the membership, Kelly. You can thank Sir Bonsalot right there. Our friend Addison, Sir Bonsalot, he did the membership, Sir Milkmaid. So thank our other friend, Sir Bonsalot. And welcome. Sir Milkmaid, one of my oldest YouTube viewers and subscribers. Sir Milkmaid, thank you for being here. Joe says, hi, Lisa and Uncle Hairball. Magnetic North says, where's little Daisy? I'll show you her in just a second. Sir Bonsalot, my name isn't Kelly. Nope. Addison did it. Yeah. Addison, thank you, thank you, thank you, Addison. Alfredo says, maybe I can make some emojis, Kelly, with Daisy's face. Yeah, maybe. Maybe, Alfredo. Maybe. I I'm trying to do her face as a cartoon. That's really what I want. I want her face as a cartoon. I want her as a cartoon. That's what I'm trying to get done. Ryan says, I might need you, Addison. Magnetic North says, hi, Sir Milkmaid. Sir Bonk Salah says, okay. Someone says, Addison, add an M will be Madison. Yeah. Madison and Addison. That's right. That would be a good name for twins, right? Madison and Addison. Sir Monk Salat says, no, when I'm mad, I'm Madison. I like that one, Addison. That's good. When I'm mad, I'm Madison. That's cute. Ducty says she sells seashells by the seashore. Yes, she does. Sir Milkbay says, howdy, North Adventures. Granny Paula says, hey, Alfredo. Lisa says, these are adorable. Thank you, Lisa. They're so cute, aren't they? Thank you. Alfredo says, there you are, Granny. Yes, Paula's here. Paula's laughing. Rubberneck, thanks for the membership. That also was, I believe, Addison. Rubberneck, thank you for being here. I did a few memberships this morning, and Addison did a whole bunch. So it's probably from Addison, and you're welcome. Thank you for being here. Anyone who was gifted a membership, just know that it's a 30-day, like a free trial. It costs you nothing. It expires in 30 days. It does not charge you for anything ever. But you get to see, photos and videos and shorts and live streams and post content that is just for members only. Thank you, Rubberneck. Paula laughs. Magnetic North says, hi, Rubberneck. Rubberneck's using emoji. Thank you, Rubberneck. Devin's here. Devin said, hi. Hi, Devin. Welcome. Welcome, welcome. Happy Friday, everybody. Friday the 13th. Can you believe it? Devin said, hi. Devin, how you doing? Handmade Homegrown, using emojis. Thank you, Handmade Homegrown. Thank you. Here, Uncle Hairball says, Sir Bunks a lot. If you were a Hatter, you'd be the Mad Hattison. Also a good one. The Mad Hattison. Rubberneck says, hello, Magnetic North Adventures. Jazz says, Abigail, I'm done. I subbed ya. Sir Bunks a lot says, LOL. Joe Wrestling says, hi, Jazz. Rubberneck says, hello, Share Bear. Granny Paula says, Alfredo Leon equals does good emojis. Thank you, Paula. Thank you, Paula. Share Bear says, hi to Rubberneck. Magnetic North says, hope y'all doing well. I'm doing well, Lee. I sure hope you are. Duck D says, is the little boat fast? It looks fast. This one? This one right here? There's a little one right there, too. They're both fast. Both of those are fast. Rubber Nexus, thanks, Addison. So sweet. Yes, Addison was wonderful. Thank you, Addison. Thank you, Sir Bunks, a lot. So kind of you. Ryan says, Addison, I comment on your poster short. Thank you, Ryan. Sonal says, nobody mess with Shiver because she's the sheer mama bear. Sheer mama bear. Sir Bunks a lot says, okay. Granny Paula says, Leon emoji. That's a good one, Paula. Alfredo says, yes, our Charlie's emojis. Love hearts. There you go. Paluso Place says, Pro Ireland done. Watch and subscribe. Thank you, Paluso Place. Sono says, hi to Devin. Alfredo says, ha ha ha, yes. Magnetic North Adventure says, hi, Devin. Jazz says, Joe, done. Granny Paula says, oh, it's Charlie Cat. Rest in peace. Rest in peace, sweetie pie. Oh, yes, Charlie. Charlie the cat from Noah. Yep. Rest in peace, beautiful baby. Mary says, okay, birds are fed. Welcome back, Mary. Everybody make sure you're making friends with Mary's gigs. Ryan says, do you see it? Do you see it? Oh, you're talking to Addison. Okay. Alfredo says, yes, my baby with love. Rubber Nexus, hello, Mary's gigs. Magnetic North says, I didn't realize Friday the 13th. Wow, then it's been a very lucky day for me. Yes, I had a poll up in the very first live stream, but it died, so we started a new one. Greg's here. Greg from Maine. Hi, Greg. Welcome. Everybody check out my friend Greg from Maine. Greg from Maine, Sir Milkmaid, and my friend Brylon Farm were my very oldest viewers and subscribers. They go back to last year when I first started. Actually, it's not a year ago yet. It's coming up on a year, I think in August. Something like that. Maybe July. Someone says, hey, Mary's gigs. Greg says, shh, I'm at work. Greg's at work, everybody. We have to keep it down. Greg is working. Hi, Greg. Welcome, buddy. Rubber Nexus. Hello, Greg. Uncle Hairball says, boat. Bust out another 1,000. That's right. Bust out another 1,000. The boat's going to cost you money. Granny Paul says, shh, Greg's working. Jazz says, hey, Ryan Dunn. That didn't sound good. That sounded like somebody got hurt. I thought I heard an owl over there. Sono says, okay, I'll behave. You behave, Sono. You always behave. Alfredo says, oh, Granny, I don't know if you were in the live yesterday, but Noah went under the camper. He went under the camper. Noah's a beautiful kitty cat, everybody. Mary Skig says, my dad used to tell my mom to go to bingo on Friday the 13th because she was a witch. Isn't that terrible? That is terrible. That is terrible. It sounds like something my ex-husband would have said to me. Yep. Share Bear's using emojis. Thank you, Share Bear. Someone says, Greg, LOL. Mary Skig says, Addison is awesome. Addison is awesome. I'm going to pin that. Pinning it. Addison is amazing. Rubber Nexus, oh my, Mary's gigs. Paula says, Alfredo, yes, I did see. That was very scary, right on the road. That was too much. Oh, no, it was on the road? Aw. Duck D says, Mary's gigs is kind of funny a little. Sir Milkmaid says, thank you, Bonk. Sorry, didn't know who sent it. Sir Milkmaid, yeah, Addison. Sir Bunk's a lot. Thank you. Thank you, Jeremy. Sherbert says, hi, Mary's gigs. Granny Paula says, Friday the 13th. Very good luck. Brian says, hey, Mary's gigs. Ryan says, Mary's gigs. Alfredo says, yes, very dangerous. Willow has revolutionized everything. Oh, the two little ones? I have not seen them at all. How are they? The little ones. I remember when they were just little tiny babies. Mary says, the giant egret was pouting because he wanted fish. And I only had hot dog today. It was funny. The egret was pouting. We have to pin that as well because that is so adorable. Lisa says, hi, Greg from Maine. Jason's here. Jason Phelps. Hi, Jason. Thanks, Daisy. Love you lots. Hope everyone is great. Thank you, Jason. Thanks for being here. Paula says, oh, that Willow Alfredo. Jazz says, hi, Greg. Done. I'm from Maine. I love Maine. Jazz is from Maine, too. Maine's beautiful. Jason's using emojis. Thank you, Jason. Magnetic North says, with the time difference, I missed first stream, so I'm glad I was second. Yeah, the first one, it died. It went, so we had to restart it. Mary says hi to Ryan. Jason says, good morning. Good morning, Jason Phelps. Welcome. Magnetic North says hi to Jason. Jason says, it's raining here in Missouri. We had rain last night, you guys. I was trying to go to sleep, and all of a sudden I heard this noise. I'm like, what is that noise? And I come out here, and it's pouring rain. I mean, it was pouring rain. So it must have moved up to you, Jason. Alfredo says, if Jason lets us have a good Friday the 13th. That's right, Alfredo, right? Mary says, hey, duckies. Joe says, hi, Mary. Uncle Hairball says, anybody here follow Ship Happens? Anybody? Anybody here follow Ship Happens? Uncle wants to know. Jason says, Miss Daisy makes my day. So sweet and positive lady. Thank you, Jason. Thank you, Jason. You're so kind. Thank you, Jason. Jason's using emojis. Thanks for being here, Jason. Happy Friday. Paula says, Jason had cookies last night on Friday the 13th Eve. He's okay today. Alfredo says, ha, ha, ha. Ryan says, hi, Mary. Jazz says, Jason done. Rubberneck says, interesting. Never heard of Ship Happens at Uncle Hairball. Yeah, like what kind of network is that on? Tina says, I'm so done with the dog. Mary says, hi, Ryan. Jason says, thanks for the membership, Miss Daisy. I don't know if it was me or if it was Sir Bonsalot Addison. It, it may have been Sir Bonsalot Addison because he did a bunch of memberships this morning and I only did a few. But you're welcome. It was probably Sir Bonsalot Addison. Alfredo says, Tina, ha, ha, ha. Mary says, those two were married on 56 years. They were fine. Jason says hi to Jazz. Jason says sub to Jazz. Tina says Lucina is going to cause a thunderstorm. Now she's angered. Tell her to calm down, Tina. Jason says, good to see everyone. It's good to see you too, Jason. Thank you so much for stopping in. Tina says, thanks. Uncle Hairball says, Rubberneck, a couple in the UK restoring a WW2 Harbor Patrol boat. World War II. A couple in the UK is restoring a World War II Harbor Patrol boat. Oh, that's cute. Is that here on YouTube? Jason says, best live on YouTube. Hit that like button, everyone. Thank you, Jason. Hit that like button, everybody. Thank you. Jazz says, I think I got everyone. Thank you, Jazz. Mary's gigs have floating heart. Thank you, Mary. Oh, Mary, thank you. Oh, thank you, thank you, thank you for the floating heart. Thank you. Magnetic North's using emojis. Thank you, Magnetic North. Jason says, thanks to Jazz. Barry says, if at first you don't succeed, try again. That's right, Barry. Second time is a charm. We lost the first one. Thanks for stopping back again, Barry. Thank you. Everybody, Barry had a premiere, I believe, just a little while ago. I got a notification. Check out my friend Barry. He's a beautiful, beautiful person. Very uplifting channel, very loving channel. Take a look at Barry, you guys. Like and subscribe. He's a wonderful dude. And he's very smart too. Jason says, hi, everyone. Hi, Jason. Ryan says, hey, Jazz. Alfredo says, Jazz just got us as if we were Pokemon. Pokemon. I know nothing about Pokemon. Nothing. I know nothing. Jason's using emojis. Thank you, Jason. Magnetic North Lee says, hi, Barry. Jason says, thanks, Alfredo. Tina says, pouring rain and thunder. No, Tina, no. Barry says, hello, Magnetic Lee. Joe Wrestling says, thank you, Jazz. Everybody say hi to Joe Wrestling. Check out his wrestling on his channel. Really, really cute channel. Fun. You'll like it. Great guy, Joe Wrestling. Very supportive. Check him out too. Jason says, you're welcome. Jazz says, Barry's done. Jason says, yes, I did. Alfredo says, welcome, Jason. Rubberneck, I sub to Jazz. Thank you, Rubberneck. Jason Phelps says, I'm doing great, my friends. Good, Jason. I'm so glad to hear you're doing great. I love that. Jazz says, all you guys are amazing. Thank you, Jazz. So are you. So are you. This is where the amazing people gather in the morning. Paula says, oh, the dog. Tina, what's wrong with the dog? Alfredo says, ha, ha, ha. But Jazz, aren't you from India? Jazz says, sub to Alfredo. Lisa's using emojis. Thank you, Lisa. Tina says, the dog did something gross to the floor. Oh, no, Tina. Magnetic North says, Jazz, I got you now. Mary Skiggs says, what a great Friday message, Jason. Yes. Beautiful message. Duck D says, my dog is sleeping, but he looks so cute. I just want to hug and cuddle him, right? I hear you. I love doing that stuff when my dog is like that. Jason says, okay, well, thanks, both of you, sweetie Miss Daisy. Thank you, Jason. Thank you for being here, Jason. We love that you're here. Rubberneck says, hello, Granny Paula. Jazz says, Alfredo, I live in Florida and I'm in Maine during hurricane season on and off. Jazz is from Florida. Duck D says, it's hard having to resist the temptation. I know, right? I always want to hug and kiss Daisy too when she's sleeping because she's so adorable. Jason says, I was depressed, but now I came in here. Oh, I'm so glad. Jason, thank you. I'm glad we can make you feel better. That's my goal, everybody. I want you to come in here and leave better than when you came in here. Awesome, Jason. I'm so glad. Alfredo says, I sub back, my friend, even though I don't have content to offer, but thanks anyway. Yeah. Oh, right now at this point, Alfredo is a supporter and we love him. Alfredo's fantastic. Jazz retracted. Alfredo says, never depressed, my friend, never. Thank you so much, you guys. Uncle Hairball says, yes, on YouTube. Oh, okay. Ship happens, you guys. It's on YouTube. Take a look. Ryan says, hey, Mary. Joe says, thanks, Jazz. I sub to you. Jazz says, thank you all. Thank you, Jazz. Thank you, too. Alfredo says, oh, no, Jazz didn't pretend you to think that. It's because I went to your channel. I saw something about India. Jason says, hope everyone has a blessed day. Paula says, hello to Rubberneck. Thank you, Jason. You too, buddy. Mary says, hi, Ryan. Barry Barry says, thank you for the kind words. Aw, I love you, Barry Barry. You're a great human being. I'm glad I know you, Barry Barry. You make my world a better place. You and Yogi both. Yep. Jason says, I'm getting ready to go to have breakfast somewhere. Oh, what's for breakfast? Can we all come? Who's making breakfast? You know, Sir Milkmaid usually makes breakfast for us. Paula says, Jason Phelps says no. Ryan says, it's raining today. Aw, sorry, Ryan. What is she barking about? Hold on, guys. Hello, you want? Hello? Hello, do you want to get out? Okay. You can get out, honey bunny. I had to get Daisy, guys. Sorry about that. Ryan says it's raining. Sonal says, hi, Jason. Rubberneck says, I sub to Barry Barry. Oh, good, Rubberneck. Barry Barry's fantastic. Jason Phelps has loved the stickers. Thank you, Jason. Use those emojis. Yes, Rubberneck. If you click on the little icon on the spacebar, the little smiley face, you can see my emojis and you can use them. It's free with memberships, and you have a free 30-day trial. So thank you so much. Granny Paul says, hi, Barry Barry. Uncle Hairball says, Pokemon in the chat. In the chat. Gotta sub them all. Pokemon. I don't know Pokemon. Sonal says, hi, Joe. Alfredo says, yes, Granny is so wise. She sure is. She sure is. And she's funny and she's beautiful. Jason says, hi to Granny Paula. Rubberneck's using emoji. Thank you, Rubberneck. Barry Barry says, hello, Granny Paula. Yes, Barry Barry, you as well. If you click on the chat box, a little smiley face, you have access to member emojis. Use them. Use them. Granny Paula, you too. Yes. Magnetic North says, I'm going to take an afternoon nap. I'll catch you all soon. Take care. Bye, all. Bye, Magnetic North Adventures. Have a nice nap. Thank you so much, Lee, for being here today. And everybody, if you have not checked out Magnetic North Adventures, our friend Lee, please go check him out. Wonderful, wonderful channel. Wonderful man. Thank you. Thank you so much, Lee. Jason's a sub to Granny Paula. Granny Paula does not do content, you guys. She's a support channel. But thank you, Jason. Tina says, last time Noah got trapped inside because he was on the road. Lucina caused a wall of storms. Oh, no, that's not good. Mary says, yes, it is. Granny Paula says, I bet she did that, Tina. Mary's using emojis. Thank you, Mary. Sona says, Uncle Hairball, except we all mod Pokemon. I don't know what Pokemon's all about. Mary's using emojis. Thank you, Mary. Sona's laughing. Paula says, thank you, Jason. I just watch other people's channel, no content. Paula's fantastic, you guys. Tina says, I'm a legend. I'm a legend. Uncle Hairball says, Sona's all about freedom. Shinies. Mary's using emojis. Thank you, Mary. Jason says, God bless everyone's day. Love you all. Remember, you will always be the best, my friends. And you're the best. And nothing can bring you down. My family love your way. We love you, Jason. Thank you so much. All that comes right back to you, Jason. Thank you so much. Granny Paul says, yes, you are, Tina. Jazz says, amen, Jason. Sona says, little Daisy barked. Yes, she did. Sherbert says, hey, Barry, Barry, good morning. Jason says, thanks, Alfredo. Mary says, only 1 to 10 scale for cute Daisy is about 1,000. I know, she's so cute, isn't she? She can't help herself. Ryan says, hey, Share Bear. Paula says, Jason, nice words. Absolutely beautiful words, Jason. Tina says, Granny, look what happened yesterday. That's right. Sona says, Jason is awesome. Share Bear says, hey, Ryan, hi. Jason says, thanks. West Country says, be back in a minute. Thank you, West Country. Uncle Hairball says, mention boats, and it got me thinking about Ship Happens. There you go. I have to take a look at that. Jason says, Sonal, you are amazing. Granny Paul says, warming up the coffee. I'll be right back. Get your coffee. Enjoy it. Thank you, everybody, for stopping and saying hello. Ryan says, hey, Share Bear. Someone says, do I smell bacon? Got to get that bacon. Ooh, I want some bacon. I'll have some scrambled eggs with it, too. Jason says, let's all go. Someone says, LOL. Alfredo says, I'm like Granny. I don't have content. I'm just a YouTube voyeur. He's just a watcher. He's just a seer. He's a supporter. Thank you, Alfredo. Appreciate you so much. Jason says, wish I could take everyone to breakfast. Yes, Jason, we're all coming with you. I'll treat. Uncle Hairball says, bacon, 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 bacon. I want some. Duck D says, who let the dog out? Woof, 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 woof. Nice one, Duck D's. Jason says, if it makes it to Tennessee and becomes a singer, I'll help everyone out. If I make it to Tennessee, excuse me. There you go, Jason. Remember the little guys. Remember the little guys. Sonal says, Jason, I'll pay for your breakfast. Sonal says, or that was Sonal, excuse me. Sonal says, Jason, I'll pay for your breakfast. Alfredo says, my friend Jason, I was depressed 2 years ago. I don't wish that even to my worst enemy. No, I don't either. I don't either. Depression is a real thing, you guys. Jason says, Alfredo, I love it. I'll love here. I'm not sure what I put about India. I'll have to look. Thank you, Jazz. Lisa says, Sonal squirrel is fusing with the other squirrels. Fussing. Aw, that's so cute, Lisa. Jason says, thanks, Sonal. You're everyone. I'm working on that, Alfredo. I'm working on it. Sherbert says, hi, Floofy Dog. And hi, Jason. Tina says, hi, Lauren. Lauren? Who's Lauren? Laurent? Laurent? I don't know who that is. Ryan says, hi, Brittany. Alfredo says, hello, Tina. Alfredo says, no audio. Hmm. Is that better? Is that better, you guys? Thank you, Alfredo. Jan says, Alfredo, thank you. I worked very hard. Jason says, hi, Share Bear. Anne says, here I am again. Here I am again. Here I am again with my red dress at your door. Hi, Anne. Welcome back, Anne. Floopy says, gotta go. Just wanted to say hi. Hi, Floopy dog. Sir Milkbite says, I'm 25 minutes from Indian Rocks Beach. Have a few friends that live there. Nice beach, not really crowded. Yeah, I went to a wedding there. It's beautiful. Ryan says, hi to Anne. Alfredo says, you deserve this, Jazz. I'm very happy. Palazzo Place says, hi, Alfredo. Floofy's giving us hearts. Thank you, Floofy. And Floofy says, bye-bye. Bye, Floofy. Thank you so much. Tina says, we have no idea. Alfredo says, hey, Palooza. Jamie Brown says, hi, Jason. Uncle Hairball says, Ann plays Wolf Whistle. Jason says, hey, Jamie. Alfredo says, I lost the audio. The new guy says, hello, Magnetic. Good morning. Jason says, hello, family. Tina says, me too. John P's here. John says, good morning, Daisy May. Sis, hi, John, welcome. Alfredo, Palazzo Places, Alfredo and Jason, hey. Jan says, Sir Milkmaid, so cool. Hi, new friend. Anne says, here I am again with my red dress at your door. Hi, Anne. John says, hey, Alfredo. Alfredo says something I don't know. Mary says, hey, sound. John says, hey, Anne. New guy says, hello, Sonal. Palazzo Place says, hey. Ryan says, you're not going to like what they just said. John says, hey, Barry. Ann says, hi, John. Alfredo says something else. Palazzo says, Ann plays hi. John says, hey, Sonal. Ryan says, about me. Ann says, hi, Palazzo. John says, hey, Ryan. Ryan says, hey, John. Hairball says, I know my hearing isn't what it used to be, but the new guy is the stream over, huh? John P. Mary says, good morning, Daisy. Hi, Mary. Mary, can you hear me? Ann says, I thought you were mute, Kelly, but meantime, it was me. So Milkmaid says, yep, loud and clear. Okay, good. Okay. Palazzo says, hi, Ryan. Ryan says, hi, John. The new guy says, look here, look there at your speaker. Tina says, you were muted. No, my mic died. I had a little microphone, it died. Uncle Hairball says, thumbs up, thank you. Mary. Okay, our other friend Mary's here. Mary, how are you? Mary says, good morning, chat. All right, everybody, we saw Mary a few days ago, and she was having, her mother was having some health issues. Mary, how's your mom? Mary, how is your mom? Sheer Bear says, good morning to Mary. Alfredo says it was Indian Rocks Beach, and I took it as India. What a dummy. That's okay. That's okay. Ryan says, hey, John. Palazzo says, Mary, hi, John P. How are you, buddy? Mary's gig says, I lived on Indian Rocks Beach for a year. Nice. Mary says, hey, Palazzo. Isabella's using emojis. Thank you, Isabella. Alfredo says, hi, Isabella. Duck D says, so what's your plans for Friday the 13th? My plan is a Scrabble game this afternoon. Other than that, I'm going to be working on diamond painting. Anne says, hi, Mary's gigs. Share Bear's using emojis. Thank you, Share Bear. Mary says, yes, I can hear you. Thank you, Mary. Jamie Brown says, hi, everyone. Hi, Jamie. Palazzo Places, welcome back, Daisy May. Thank you. Thank you, guys. Anne says, hi, Jamie. Mary says, I'm doing okay. My mom is still in the hospital. They're running tests. Okay, Mary, I've been thinking about you all week. How are you doing? You say, okay. Palazzo says, Daisy, do I hear Yorkies barking? I don't know. Could be. She's 90. Wait. Excuse me 1 second. She's 83 in her lungs. She'll be in oxygen. Oh, okay. Having trouble breathing? I'm praying for her and yourself, Mary. Ryan says, hi, Anne. Jazz says, off to work. Always a pleasure meeting all of you. I will stay connected. Stay amazing. Thank you, Jazz. Stop back again sometime. Thank you so much. Duck D says, nice. Excited for the Scrabble game. Yes, Scrabble, 2 o'clock, guys. 2 o'clock. I really look forward to the Scrabble game, too. Jamie says hi to Anne. Alfredo says, take care, Jazz. Anne says, hi, Ryan. Anne, how'd Scrabble, how'd trivia go, Anne? How was it? Mary's gig says, hi, Anne. Anne says, hi, Alfredo. Alfredo says, Palazzo, it is Daisy barking. Daisy. Alfredo says, hello to Anne. Palazzo says, do you have cats or dogs? I have one of each. I have one of each. That's Daisy, you guys. That's Daisy. And the kitty's in the house. That's Daisy, everybody. Ann says, hi, Jazz. Sir Milkmaid also says, thanks, Jazz. Ann says, Palazzo, she has a dog and a cat. Jazz says, hands. Thank you, Jazz. Alfredo says, take a look, Palazzo, to my community page so you can meet Daisy. Daisy is Kelly's baby. Yes, Daisy's my girl. Mary says, thank you, Daisy, just hanging in there. Oh, good, Mary. Keep praying, Mary. Alfredo says, Lisa says, beautiful babies. Thank you, Lisa. Ann says, hi, Lisa. The new guy says, Daisy's adorable. Thank you, new guy. Thank you, everybody. Thank you for stopping in. Thank you for hanging out with me. It is 10:26 a.m. on Friday the 13th, you guys. Friday the 13th. I don't have pets anymore. Aw, Uncle, I hear ya. Ann says hi to the new guy. I lost my dog 2 years ago. My 16-year-old dog I lost 2 years ago. It's hard. It's hard losing your pets, guys. It is very hard. Let's put up a poll real quick before we say goodbye for the afternoon, for the morning, and it's going to say, a quick poll before we say goodbye. Palazzo Place says, hi, Kelly. I thought you were Daisy. Yes. Daisy May is the name of my channel, and it's named after my dog, who we've had for just over a year now. Lisa's using emojis. Thank you, Lisa. She's sending those to everyone. Thank you, Lisa. The new guy says, hello, Aunt. Good morning. Ducty says, awesome. I love voting on stuff. Thank you, Ducties. Thank you. Awesome. Just a quick poll. You know. Just a little fun thing. Palazzo Place enjoyed virtual breakfast with you all. Thank you, Palazzo Place. We love that you're here with us. Thank you. Ryan says, I'm being bullied again. By who, Ryan? Who's bullying you? Lisa says, Ann, you look beautiful today. Aw, Lisa, you're so cute. Uncle says, never married, no kids, no pets, no girlfriend. Sucks being me, LOL. I don't know. Uncle, is that a good thing or a bad thing? It's not too late. I mean, not that you want kids, but I mean, you know, you could still get a girlfriend, married. You can have pets. You can still do a lot of those things if you want to. You know what I mean? It's not too late. And says, LOL, Lisa, my hair isn't combed even. The new guy says, my number is lucky number 11. 7-Eleven, I like it. New guy, I like it. And says, but thank you, Lisa. Tina says, Chrome is going to make bullies go away with his axes. Yeah, what's going on, Ryan? Palazzo Place's Uncle Hairball, you need a sidekick. There you go, a little sidekick. Mary says, Daisy, you have a wonderful day. I'll talk to you soon. Have a wonderful day to the chat. See you soon. Bye, Mary. Everyone send love and prayers to Mary and her mom, okay? We love you, Mary. I hope you have a good Friday. Prayers, prayers. Uncle Hairball says, it's both. I like the freedom and not having to check in, but I miss the companionship and having someone to share things with, right? I hear ya. I totally get that. I totally get that. I understand that. Yep. Ducty says, Hairball, isn't life better this way, though? Also, no disappointments. The new guy says, stay strong, Mary. Thank you, new guy. Plaza Place says, that looks like my canal in Fort Lauderdale. I'm in Pompano. This is Pompano. Sherbert says, I love you all and wish you all a very blessed day. I'm going to work. I'll leave this playing. Thank you, Sherbert. Thank you, young lady. Everyone say bye to Sherbert. Have a great day, Sherbert. Thank you so much. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Anne says, enjoy Sherbert. Sir Milkmaid says, thanks, Mary. Thank you, everyone. Unc says, I mean, if I want to go cruise the back road, I just go, right? Yep, you can. That's why when my dog passed away in 2023, and it was the same way. Like everybody's like, get another dog, get another dog, get another dog. I'm like, no. First of all, I lost my dog after 16 years. I don't want another dog right now. And second of all, yeah, it was a little freedom. Like I rode my bike everywhere. I went everywhere I wanted to go. We went on trips. But now we're back with another dog. You know, you never know. Never know what life's gonna throw at you. Palazzo Place says, I love Pompano Beach too. Thank you, Palazzo Place. This is Pompano Beach, yes. Sherbert sending us love hearts. Thank you, Sherbert. The new guy says, have a great day, Sherbert. Indeed, have a good day, Sherbert. Thank you so much. Thank you, thank you. So it is Friday the 13th. Anybody having plans for tonight? Anything scary or spooky? Friday the 13th, you guys. Anyone having like a party, a Friday the 13th party? Ryan says, Sherbert, I got bullied. The same girl, and she said I was a grown man. Unc says, last time I cruised the roads, I zoned out and ended up in Helen, Georgia. And you're in South Carolina? Is that where you are? Is that far, Unc? Is Helen far away? And says, pity you don't have a Louie like me that can watch them, and I go when and where I want, LOL. That's right. I don't. If I have to go somewhere, I need to take Daisy with me or leave her, and she's not good being left alone. Plaza Place says, Daisy may a Pomeranian. No, she's a long-haired Chihuahua. She's a long-haired Chihuahua. Duck D says, I enjoy being single. Just me and my dog eating good every day. I love that. I'm going to make him live live later, and I'll eat chicken. Oh, you're making him liver. Nice. That's nice. Hi, Benita. Benita's here, everybody. Benita says, happy Friday, everyone. Hi, Benita. Welcome, welcome, welcome. So Milkmaid said, Okaloosa is the island, the best beach in Florida. Okaloosa? Okaloosa Island is the best beach in Florida. Where's that, Sir Milkmaid? Is that over there by you? That sounds interesting. Hey, we need one more like for 50 likes, you guys. One more like. Plaza Place says, she's beautiful. Where did you get Daisy from? A breeder? Yes. We got her from a breeder, and not because of anything of that, but the breeder was selling her off because she's not a perfect little dog. She has a little hip issue or hip or knee or something, they say. And so they sold her off. And so we got her. And we got her and we love her, and she's not going anywhere but with us. Unc says, Helen, Georgia is about 2 hours, 45 minutes from me. Oh, wow. So you took a nice long ride on a country road. So Milkmaid said, just west of Destin. Oh, okay, northwest. Okay, I gotcha. Well, up in the Panhandle area? Right. I've never been up in the Panhandle area. Plaza Places, my 2 Yorkie boys are from a breeder in Ocala. Oh, nice. Uncle says perfect is overrated. Exactly right. As soon as she wasn't perfect and met their expectations, they sold her off, which was good for us and good for me because I love her and I would never sell her off for anything. She's the perfect little baby. And says, gotta go now. Enjoy your day, afternoon, evening, everyone. Thank you, Anne. Bye. Have a good day. We're going soon, too. Benita said, have a great day and weekend. Thank you, Benita. All right, let's close the poll. We got 15 votes in those couple of minutes. Let's end the poll. Benina says, have a great day and weekend. Yes, I think I read that. Do you like Friday the 13th? Yes, it's a lucky day for me. 80%. Wow. You guys are lucky. 20% said, nope, it's a bad one. I'm in the 20%. I had a car accident on the Friday the 13th many years ago, and I don't like that day. Palazzo says, my Sergio had a slight error. Oh, really? Aw. We need one more like, you guys. Somebody out there, slight overbite. Oh, okay. I don't really think that's a big deal, do you? Does anybody think that that's a big deal, an overbite? I don't think it's a big deal. We have 49 thumbs up, 10 people still in the house, and I've been out here since, 8 o'clock, and we had to stop the first stream, we had to restart a new stream, and here we are, 11 people still hanging out with me. Thank you, guys. That just makes me so happy that you guys are here with me. And someone hit the like button. We got 50 likes. Thank you. So Milkmaid says, well, I was at Silver Glen Springs in Ocala National Forest yesterday. Walked the yearling trail, but did half because of the heat. Yeah, it was really warm, right? I've been to Silver Springs. It's beautiful. Stats says, howdy Daisy. Hi, Stats. Welcome. Everybody say hi to Stats. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Unc says, I played at a bar on Friday the 13th years ago. Halfway through the gig, they had an electrical fire. That's not good. That was not good. Palazzo Places, they can't show a dog with a slight overbite. Oh, okay. Stats is like 51. Thank you, Stats. Awesome. Thank you. Ryan says, Daisy, I'm 24. You're 24, Ryan? That's a nice age. 24 is a good age. Palazzo Places, hey, Stats. Uncle says, got the fire out, got on the mic and said, that's all, y'all. We're that hot, right? You guys were smoking. Stats says, Daisy, do you know yes, I do. I know Susanna. She was here. Susanna was here. She was here a little while ago. Duck D says, it was a pleasure hanging out and listening to you read so fast. Thank you, Duck D's. Thank you. Palazzo Places, hi to Ryan. Yeah, Stats, I do know Susanna. She was here this morning. She always stops in and say hi. She doesn't really stick around much, but she does stop in and support. Duck D says, I will go to get the lunch ready. Take care. I see you next time. Bye, Duck D's. Enjoy your lunch. Thank you so much. West Country Motherfucker says, I'm back. Welcome back. Welcome, welcome back. Stat says, she is upset we're not stopping in. Can I drop so we support her all day? She's upset we're not stopping in. I stop in and say hi to her every time I get a chance. Can I drop so we support her day? Yes, Stats, you can drop her link, of course. Yes. Lisa's using emojis. Thank you, Lisa. Palazzo Places, hi, Benita. Uncle Hairball says, Daisy, not sure how much longer we're here, so I'll say it now. Thank you. Thank you, Uncle. Thank you. Thank you for being here. Thank you, Uncle Hairball. Thank you. Knuckle Bustin' Numbskull. He says, Mrs. Daisy, good morning. Look at who's here. Our beautiful friend Knuckle. Hey, buddy, how you doing? Knuckle says, hey, Miss Daisy, good morning. Good morning, Knuckle Bustin' Numbskull. Knuckle says, good morning, everybody. Everybody say hi back. West Country says, hello, Knuckle. Palazzo Places, how? Knuckle says, hey, West Country. How what, my friend? How? Palazzo Places, how to? Stas says, thank you. Just stop in and say hi and leave if you're busy. She's wonderful, too. She is wonderful. I do try to stop in and say hello to her all the time when I see her live. Absolutely. There's a link, you guys, for Susanna. She was here a little while ago. Susanna, single mother. Stop in and say hello. Give her a thumbs up and give her some time, okay? Palazzo says, how long have you had your channel? I started my channel in October of 2023. But I didn't do anything with it really until about a year ago right now, last summer. I think it was later last summer I started to really work on my channel more. So just about a year. So Milkmaid says, howdy Knuckles. Howdy Knuckle Bustin' Numbskull. How are you, buddy? Welcome, welcome, welcome. Stats says she's a share channel, a friend to all of us. Thank you, Stats. She is. I always see her. Susanna, single mother. Yes, check her out. Sir Milkmaid says, I'm the OG of the group. You are. You, Greg from Maine, and Sir Milkmaid. Yep. No, wait. You. Oh, and Brylon Farm. Jamie Brown says, hi, everyone. Hi, Jamie. Knuckles says, hi, Jamie. Sir Milkmaid says, I'm the OG of the group. And Sir Milkmaid is right. Sir Milkmaid is one of my oldest and dearest friends. Sir Milkmaid, Greg from Maine, and Brylon Farm Stacy. Those are my OG buddies, my besties. That's right, they're my besties. Knuckles says, hi, Jamie. Jamie says, hi, everyone. Stan says, okay, I'm good now. My mission is complete. How's everyone? I'm good, Stats. How about yourself? How's everybody doing? Stats wants to know, how is everybody doing? Sir Milkmaid says, really, really? Yes. Really, really. Abigail says, hi, Knuckles. West Country says, my girlfriend is cheating on me. She texted me to say I'll be 15 max. My name is Ian. I got it. It took me a minute, but I got it. That's a good one. Unc says, I love my computer, all my friends. We love you too, Uncle Hairball. I'm so glad that you're here. Abigail says, hi to Mike. Uncle says, live there. We love you. We love Uncle Hairball. Stats has been so busy. Spring, a hot 100 degrees swimming, filming, and living. There you go, Stats. Do what you got to do. Enjoy. Enjoy it, right? Knuckles says, hey, Abby. The new guy says, I'm doing fine. Stats, awesome, new guy. Lisa smiles at us, says, Palazzo, it takes some time. It does. It takes time. Some channels grow faster than others. Some channels just, they like skyrocket, right? And others are a little bit slower burn. So just run your own race. That's all I can tell you. Abigail says, hi to Stats. Palazzo places time to let Sergio and Barrow out. Abigail says, nature is alive now. Ryan says, hey, Abigail. Stats says, hi, Abigail. Palazzo says, let those Yorkies outside. Abigail says, I'm having allergies. Sonos says, hello, well, wonderful Stats. Stats is connected with the new guy. Nice to meet you. Thank you, Stats. West Country says, hi to Abigail. All right, folks, we're going to... Oh, I closed the poll already, didn't I? Uncle says, that was supposed to be all my friends live there. Pinky was a little quick on the draw. Oh, that's okay, Unc. It's all good. It's all good. Palazzo says they don't stay out long in the heat. No, me either. Me either. All right, folks, we're going to say goodbye, okay? Everybody have a great, wonderful day. We'll be back around 2 o'clock. Don't forget, Scrabble game today. Abigail says hi to Uncle. Stan says, howdy, Freedom Warrior. Good morning, my friend. Abigail says hi to Place. Palazzo Place. Palazzo Place says thank you. Thank you, everybody. The new guy says later, everybody. Yep, hopefully we'll be back for Scrabble, you guys, this afternoon. Uncle Hairball says, hey, Abigail. Stan says, enjoy. Yep, enjoy, everybody. West Country says, bye, bye, West Country. Bye, Abigail. Bye, Stats. Bye, Uncle Hairball. If you guys can make it for Scrabble around 2 o'clock, we'll see you then. If not, we'll have puzzles around 8 o'clock tonight. We'll see you then. Stats says, thank you for the nice live. Thank you, Stats. Thank you. Abigail says, bye to everybody. Palazzo Place says, bye to everybody. Stats says, we'll try to come for the games. Thank you, Stats. Knuckle says, see you later, Mrs. Daisy. We'll see you later. Knuckle busting numbskull. Everybody check out my friend Knuckle. He's working on his WH. He's moving towards that 4K. Check him out, you guys. Knuckle says, stay safe, everyone. You too, my friend. Stats says, support, share, like, remember to subscribe. Thank you, everybody. All right, we're going to go make something, maybe for breakfast. Maybe more like a brunch, right? Maybe like a brunch. All right, folks, we'll see you around 2 o'clock for puzzles. I love you all so much. Thank you for being here. Have a great, wonderful rest of your day if I don't see ya. Bye for now, everybody. See you next time, Hairball. That's right. Thank you, Uncle. Bye, Sir Milkmaid. Take care, everyone.